Did the military of China experience a UFO event that was similar to the Nimitz encounter that got the attention of their leadership? We've recently learned that the president of China is one of a very small handful of Chinese authorities that's given access to the information and records collected when the People's Liberation Army scrambles military fighter jets to intercept UFOs. And according to this recently published Chinese media article, the data that the PLA collects during UFO encounters is treated as, quote, the highest military secret. This, of course, mirrors the long-standing rumor that the U.S. government's UFO secrets are classified at a higher level than the atomic bomb secrets. And although it hasn't received nearly as much publicity as its American counterpart, China's government-sponsored UFO investigation has been monitoring and analyzing UAPs in their skies for decades. And they've even started to utilize AI to help them analyze the UFO information they've collected in their national database, according to this 2021 news article. But their use of AI for this effort was actually announced in 2019 at a conference of senior information technology scientists in Beijing. At that conference, researchers from the People's Liberation Army stated that UAPs pose a serious challenge to our country's security. And thanks to this presentation from Sean Kirkpatrick of Arrow that was leaked in January 2023, which included a link to this article, we know that in 1994, 50 Chinese scientists came to an agreement that UFOs pose a big challenge to modern science and might have a significant bearing on human life. And they were so concerned that they called for worldwide cooperation to investigate UFOs. But this call to action in '94 wasn't enough to convince the Chinese government to start taking UFOs seriously. But 4 years later, an event occurred that did shock them into action. October 19th, 1998. As the Kangzhou Air Force Flight Training Base was settling down for the night, the calm darkness was shattered by the harsh cries of a single alarm coming from a radar station at 11 p.m. Within seconds, 3 more alarms sounded because their radar stations were tracking a high-speed object flying directly over the base. As 140 members of the ground crew scrambled to prepare themselves for a potential attack, they observed a bright white light in the dark night sky that looked like a star rapidly moving to the northeast. Suddenly, the fast-moving light split into two, one white light, one red light. They then merged back into one object, only to split into two again. This, of course, should remind you of the Aguadilla UAP that was recorded splitting and merging into itself. As the odd light show continued to repeat itself in the night sky over the Chinese Air Force Base, the lights grew in size until they became one solid object that looked like a mushroom with spotlights pointing out of the bottom of it. Spotlights that appeared to be searching for something on the ground, which I guess you could say would make it look like a jellyfish. Just saying. At 11:30 p.m., the base was elevated to a combat readiness state and 2 J-6 aircraft were scrambled to intercept the mystery object. As the pilots approached the object, they began to notice more details about the craft. And they compared it to the shape of a straw hat that had a series of white lights on the bottom and a red light on the side. Just then, the object suddenly took off straight up in the air at a speed so great that it made the pilots' hearts tremble. The 2 pilots gritted their teeth, pulled back on the jet's controls, and attempted to chase the object. As the jets continued to climb in altitude, they found themselves in an extremely unfavorable position, because the object was now directly above them. After realizing that they wouldn't be able to catch the object, they decided to go with a different strategy. And they lowered their noses as if they were trying to escape. And when they leveled off, they discovered that their strategy had actually worked because the object was directly behind them. They then implemented the second phase of their plan by accelerating as fast as they could and then launching themselves into the sky in an attempt to get the high ground on the object. But they quickly realized that their efforts were in vain because the UAP had immediately moved back into a position directly above them. At that point, the jets were becoming low on fuel and they were forced to land. But as 2 other jets were preparing to take off to continue the pursuit, the radar towers reported that the object, which had been hovering stationary, had taken off and vanished from their screens. Which sounds pretty similar to how the Tic Tac left Commander Fravor in the dust during the Nimitz encounter. Now ask yourself, what do you think China's learned about UFOs in the 26 years since this event got their attention?
The most recent one, there was a woman who's a model who was on a plane. It just got released today. She got some of the most compelling UFO video ever. She's flying in a plane in this silver thing. They freeze framed it. It looks like a flying disc.
A model saw this?
A model. She's just in a plane, and they had seen this thing apparently, and she's trying to film it, and it shoots by the plane.
You know, and I've talked to many pilots who have recounted seeing things and not being able to explain it. It's like, and we just brush that off. I've seen a UFO.
But when, have you really?
Yeah.
What'd you see?
I was in Toronto. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and we were driving down a country road. Thought, oh my God, there's a giant accident way up ahead, because I saw this line of like a half a mile wide of all these flashing lights. And as I got closer and closer, that whole line of lights, quicker than I can fathom, just shot into the sky and disappeared. And I turned to my wife and I go, I saw something. Did you see something? She goes, the lights?
Stop, you're not gonna wanna miss this. Did y'all hear about them aliens contacting this woman through her radio?
Who are you?
Listen to this crazy ass video. Through the radio.
I'm not understanding. Could you say that again? Who are you? Hello?
I see that's the radio station, right? That's the radio station. Me personally, I'm not finna sit up here and have a conversation with an alien through the radio. And it's starting to seem like every day now that we're seeing more and more UFO shit or alien things. Now, is it me or are they coming out of hiding? And this is not the first time that this has happened. There has been other videos of aliens or extraterrestrials communicating through people through their radio system. What are they trying to warn us about, or what are they trying to say? Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this alien communicating with this woman through her radio system. In the comments, like and follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned. Hit me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content, and tap into that business email if y'all trying to work. Let's go.
What?
UFO encounter occurred in Wisconsin, and what happened to the witnesses will shock you. The first unidentified flying object was seen in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The next day, another sighting occurred with a different UFO and a different witness, except this time the UAP was seen in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. These UFOs are known as TR-3Bs, and they're some of the scariest. In fact, both witnesses claim to have experienced intense vibrations in their chest when they saw the UFO. A chilling
All right, TikTok, Pickens County, Pickens, 6 Mile, Easily, anybody in the area, anybody who might know, I need y'all's help. All right, so I live in Pickens, got off of work, coming home, it's dark, I get out of the truck, look up in the sky, and I see something kind of strange. I'm gonna throw a video of it because I try to take a video with my phone. It's gonna be kind of blurry, but you're gonna get the point of what it is that I saw. I need y'all's help in telling me if I'm crazy, if somebody else saw this. If you can tell me what this thing is or what they are, I'll just say it like that. Just watch the video. Watch the video. So this is going across the sky. I'm standing right here in Pickens. Is anybody else seeing this heading over 6 Mile Hill Mountain?
Fly that close together. I ain't never seen an airplane fly like that. Not 4 of them together. Perfectly.
And ain't no sound.
No, there's no sound.
Go! Jesus Christ! The fuck? Just go!
Something was outside of the RV. They weren't sure they were going to see the sunrise.
I don't know, man. I couldn't even tell what that was.
How'd they get up on the roof so... What the fuck?
Dude, what is going on, man? Seriously, what is going on?
What the fuck is that? What is that? What's going on?
The fuck is out there? What the hell is going on?
Hey, man. Maybe we should just barricade ourselves in the back or some shit.
After that, the rest of the night went by quietly. But the next morning was a different story.
Adam!
Turner, wake up, dude. Hey.
Dude, Adam! Dude, I don't know. Adam!
One of the 4 had gone missing. Just disappeared without a trace. After searching for a couple of hours, they decided that they needed to go. And so they grabbed what they could and started making the 45-mile hike back to civilization.
What do you want to do? You want to just keep going? Literally, as soon as we see the first person, I don't care if I can jump in front of their fucking car, we are getting help. It's just floating there. What is that?
Eventually, it had gotten too dark for them to know which direction they were even heading in, so they set up camp. But rest would not be found that night.
What the hell is that?
Dude. We gotta go.
Hold on, what the fuck is that sound?
What is that? Yo, what the hell is this? And it's dark as hell. Think a look. You see it? What the hell is that? Mossy, what is that? Look how it look. Kian, come look how it look. What the hell is that? A video? No, come on. No, every time I'm trying to flash it, it get blurry. And it's not staying still. You see when I move my hand? Why is it like this? No, Kian, look, but not move my hand, you see? Man, not move.
Have Ukrainian soldiers captured evidence of a UFO, a UAP, a unidentified flying object, whatever it is you like to call it? On February 28th, news came out that Ukrainian soldiers believed they spotted a disc-shaped UFO using a reconnaissance drone deployed in battle. This is what they happened to capture.
Не, що вони можуть пустити по нам, ти що? Охренеть, ни хрена.
Что это за херня такая?
Вертолет Таренко по-любому.
А ну приблизь еще.
На месте стоит, ты ж бачишь?
А на месте, блядь. Ну. А в теплак ничего не слышно?
Now, this footage was captured in February by Ukraine's 406th Battalion using one of the over 300 heat vision quadcopter drones used by Kyiv's military. It was flying more than 500 feet above sea level when soldiers spotted the mysterious object. One of the soldiers in the Ukrainian Army's 406th Battalion are now speaking out, and they are stating he and his fellow servicemen have never seen anything like this before. Now, of course, they initially thought it might have been something invented by the Russians, but then they realized and understood that it might just be a UFO. This is what tipped them off that they might be dealing with something that's not man-made. The craft was 36 to 54 degrees Fahrenheit hotter than any other object that the 406 drone pilot says he has ever tracked in the war zone, ruling out atmospheric phenomena, balloons, and known enemy aircraft. Now, that soldier, a drone operator, had cautiously guided his infrared quadcopter 500 feet for a reconnaissance mission, struggling against high winds, when he suddenly spotted the flat, 1,300-foot-long UFO, which stood motionless despite those winds. This thing is a monster. It is absolutely huge. Whatever this is, you have to realize a football field is about 360 feet, and whatever this thing is about 4 times a football field. The soldier named Vadim, who recalled this incident via an interpreter, stated they were surprised. They were very surprised. But Vadim told DailyMail.com that this surprise was not quite fear, because he and his fellow soldiers have had to learn to suppress those emotions amid their effort to defend Ukraine from a now 2-year-long invasion by Russia. They got scared on the 24th of February 2022. Vadim said after that, they are not scared of anything. But Vadim says after 30 seconds of deciding to film whatever this is, their emotions got the best of them at that moment. And in the video, you can definitely hear it. As Vadim and his fellow 406 unit members scrambled to make sense of the apparent object, their confusion is palpable in the 17-second video. In between the swearing and the excitement, one member of the battalion asked, "Why isn't it moving?" Another wonders, why can't he fire missiles at us? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. I guess they got the translation wrong. Now, aside from the object's unusual heat signature, it appeared to more readily withstand the strong wind. But Vadim told DailyMail.com that no other extreme weather could help explain the unusual sighting. There was a very strong wind, Vadim said. The wind was flowing into the same direction as they were flying. but the UFO, just stayed at the same place, and the sky was clear, so no clouds, nothing. He says he uses this infrared heat vision filter very often. He has experience, so he can differentiate how hot an object should be according to what temperature. Based on that experience, Vadim stated that the UFO was very hot, and he is guessing 20 to 30 degrees Celsius hotter than other objects. He also noted that while it's hard to count just how many times he has personally flown his unit's Mavic 3T, it was probably more than 10,000 times, and that they have seen different things in the skies, he said, adding that they have never seen anything like this before. Now, one of the potential explanations for the UFO was a well-known optical illusion phenomena called Fata Morgana, a mirror-like atmospheric mirage produced by a temperature inversion of hot air in the upper atmosphere. Fata Morgana was also an excuse given when an entire city was seen floating above China. But Vadim is very adamant that what they saw was real. It wasn't a mirage, Vadim told DailyMail.com. Because in thermal vision, you can't see a mirage. You can only see it with your naked eye. He continued to explain that the object did not ripple, shimmer, or otherwise alter its shape, which would have been a telltale sign of a Fata Morgana mirage. Often, a Fata Morgana changes rapidly, as the flight safety guide Skyberry notes. The mirage comprises several inverted upside down and erect right side up images that are stacked on top of one another, but according to Vadim, the object was in a stable form and wasn't moving. So they are saying it was absolutely not a mirage or an illusion.
This random clip of a creature of an unknown origin has been trending on social media, and no one could seem to figure out what this animal is. They can't tell if it's an alien, they can't tell if it's a cat, they can't tell if it's another, hybrid creature. Nobody knows what it is. It's definitely going viral all over the internet, and I wanted to share it with you guys to see if anybody had any clue to what type of animal this may be, because, everyone's literally confused. Supposedly the person that captured this on a Ring doorbell camera has remained anonymous. They do not want to be exposed on the internet, but they did share the picture with us, and they're telling us that they believe that it's some sort of alien creature from another planet. Like, share, repost, and follow. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Everyone's spines. After the hearing, Burchett found himself with a curious blend of satisfaction and fascination. Burchett, known for his attention-grabbing statements about alien technology capable of transforming us into charcoal briquettes and allegations of UFO cover-ups since 1947, appeared content with the proceedings. Speaking to The Guardian, he voiced his belief in the credibility of David Grush's claims concerning the recovery of non-human bodies. To him, it made perfect sense that if there were alien spacecraft, there must be occupants within them. He found Grush's testimony highly convincing, viewing it as a compelling piece of evidence. When asked about his discoveries during the investigation, Burchett admitted that he had already harbored beliefs in the existence of extraterrestrial craft before the hearing. While he didn't stumble upon many new facts, he valued that the information was now officially documented, contributing to the broader discourse on the topic. However, the Pentagon did not share Burchett's enthusiasm. Sue Goff, a spokeswoman for the Department of Defense, firmly rejected Grush's claims of a cover-up. The statement emphasized that no credible evidence had been uncovered to support the existence of programs related to extraterrestrial materials. In addition to Grush, there were other witnesses who shared their captivating stories during the hearing. One of them was David Fravor, a former Navy commander who recounted a perplexing incident from 2004. While on a training mission, he and his team encountered a bizarre object hovering in the sky, a moment that left them utterly mystified. Another witness, Ryan Graves, a retired Navy pilot, described his frequent encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena along the Atlantic coast over the course of several years. These mysterious sightings had become a part of his daily routine, raising eyebrows and questions. Graves went on to establish a non-profit organization called Americans for Safe Aerospace, which aimed to address the issue of these unexplained phenomena. More than 30 commercial aircrews and military veterans joined him, each with their own tales of inexplicable encounters. This outpouring of shared experiences emphasized the wide
You'll be shocked to learn what fallen angels have taught humans. We do have records all over the earth of technology being given to humans in ancient times. And many people have been deceived into believing that these were ancient astronauts or ancient aliens by popular TV shows. Scripture tells us that they were in fact fallen angels, and some of the technologies that they granted mankind will surprise you, including enchantments, root cuttings, and magical spells, as well as astrology and divination. Metallurgy, tactics in battle, and weaponry were also among these things. And one of the most shocking ones is even how to dash an infant to death while still within the womb. God clearly had no intention of humankind needing any of this information, but we did end up living in a fallen world where it's even more important to rely on the teachings of the Word of God. Follow if you want to learn more about God's Word.
The tic-tac object we engaged in 2004 was far superior to anything that we had on time, have today, or looking to develop in the next 10 years.
In a world where secrets have always been kept in the shadows, where the truth has been buried beneath layers of government bureaucracy, a momentous event is fast unfolding, sending shockwaves across the world and rewriting the very fabric of reality. For generations, we've pondered the existence of extraterrestrial life, questioned the unexplained sightings, and whispered about the cosmic mysteries that have endlessly eluded us. But today, all of this is about to change. In an unprecedented event, the United States Congress, under the unblinking eyes of the world, has done the unthinkable. They revealed the existence of real aliens on live TV. But could there be more to this sudden revelation than meets the eyes? And could we be on the brink of an extraterrestrial invasion? Join us as we journey into the heart of this mind-bending revelation, exploring the evidence and uncovering the profound implications of this shocking revelation on live TV by the U.S. Congress. Unidentified aerial phenomenon have piqued our interest, prompting a collective desire to understand what they are and whether they pose any threats. The lack of transparency surrounding UAPs has given rise to wild speculation and extensive debates, eroding public trust in the very institutions entrusted with their safety. But all of this is fast changing, and the recent revelations by the Congress has now reignited the debate into the true nature of this phenomenon. As far back as 1966, President Gerald Ford claimed to have witnessed a UFO, and likewise in Georgia in 1969, Jimmy Carter made a similar assertion. These accounts, along with countless others, have spurred Congress into action, and now we're gaining some intriguing insights from witness testaments. Now, the U.S. Congress has not just